this is a place where the legends before us carried on a legacy of winning.
Easy. Pitch out. 40, 35, 30, 20, 50. Touchdown, easy. No flag.
It has always been the passion, determination, and teamwork that makes it who we are.
The give to Diamond Ferry. Gets around the corner. One man to beat. Steps it up. He's gone. They're not going to catch him.
No, sir.
Nobody's going to catch him. He's gone for the touchdown.
A commitment to excellence is our way of life.
Pass, and it is intercepted. Who else but Lucas Dennis is there to pick it? And it's a pick six for Everett. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Winning is what we know and what we do.
Hello and welcome to John DiBiase Jr. Field at Everett Veterans Memorial Stadium for today's broadcast coverage of the Everett Crimson Tide versus the Boston College High School Eagles on this wet, rainy Thursday night. Everett comes in looking to bounce back after a tough trip to Xaverian in Westwood last week where the Crimson Tide fell 49-14. However, it wasn't all doom and gloom as there were still some bright spots to point out. Jamari Doolin had an electrifying 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the second half. When you think about speed, you think about Jamari, and when you think about Jamari Doolin, you think about speed. Flanking him in the offense, quarterback Tyler Freddy showed his toughness, rushing for 75 yards and finding the end zone in the fourth quarter. The Tide finished with 148 yards of offense, 77 of those coming in the fourth quarter, while trying to rally late in the game. For Xaverian, quarterback Will Wood stole the show, throwing 4 touchdown passes and adding 1 on the ground. Their opponent today, BC High, is coming off a bye week after opening the season with losses to LaSalle Academy of Rhode Island and Central Catholic. The Eagles are rested, regrouped, and hungry for their first win here at John DiBiase Jr. Field. It's Everett and BC High, 2 proud programs with plenty to prove this afternoon, and we've got all the action here for you on the Everett Public Schools Education Channel. My name is Anim Osmani, and joining me is Paul Holleran. Paul, can you give us a look into the series matchup as these two teams and programs, I would say, are very familiar with each other?
Yes, it's been a good rivalry, Adim. Only 20 games. They're dead even at 10-10. They actually first played all the way back in 1910. There was obviously a long period where they didn't play. BC High took it to the Tide last year, 46-7 at BC High. Everett had actually won 6 straight in the series prior to that. They've met in the regular season, they've met in the postseason, and this is I think in the big picture, the power ratings come out tomorrow for the first time. I think when we get to the end of the year, we're going to look back at this being a real key game for Everett. Don't take too much stock in BC High's 0-2 record. You said it, Neem. They lost to a very good program out of Rhode Island, LaSalle Academy, and they lost to Central Catholic, a perennial power in Massachusetts. You know, Everett had 2 easy GBL wins over Medford and La Classico, and really struggled last week at Xaverian in that 49-14 loss. Now, in that game, you know, I was talking to Coach a little bit about it before the game. You know, that looked like it was going to be a 2-touchdown game going into the half, which really would have been pretty good for Everett the way the half went. They tried to get a score. He said, you know, we didn't come down here to try to keep it close. We wanted to score. Unfortunately, they threw 3 incomplete passes, went 3 and out. Xaverian gets the ball back, scores. Now it's a 3-touchdown game. Everett botches the kickoff to start the second half. Now it's a 4-touchdown game. Good night. Thank you for shopping. So, having said that, as you pointed out from the notes, you know, Everett had more yards of offense in the fourth quarter when it was running time and the game was long since decided. They only had 71 yards of offense in 3 quarters. So that was a mismatch. Tonight's a new day. I think we should be in for a more competitive game. We'll have to see. John Barreros is hurt, nursing a hip pointer. He did come out dressed. Coach had said he wasn't sure he was going to play at the beginning. We'll see if he does start.
Kelly was a class of 2019 Everett High School graduate and a former standout football player for the Crimson Tide. Let's take a moment of silence for Kelly. And now, if you could please remain standing in honor of America for the playing of our national anthem performed by the Everett High School Marching Band.
And the playing of the national anthem was brought to you by the Everett High School Crimson Tide Marching Band under the direction of Eugene O'Brien. The clouds are covered, the rains are falling down, and kickoff is just a few moments away. Paul, any other thoughts you'd like to share before the start of the game?
Yeah, we just want to note going into the anthem, there was a moment of silence observed for Kelly Jean Lewis, a member of the Everett class of 2019. So we mourn Kelly Jean, and we send our best thoughts and prayers to the family.
And on the PA to deliver the news for the stadium here is none other than the Josh Dalgazo. Boston College High School is going to start off this game with possession, so the Crimson Tide is ready to get out there and kick the ball off to the Golden Eagles.
So a look at Coach Paul Zukowskis, who was a great player here at BC High. He went on to be a great player at Boston College and spent 4 years in the NFL. A really, really good lineman.
BC High class of 1997. Boston College High School, founded in 1863 as part of Boston College, but is separated from the college, became its own separate school in 1927. Currently serves the grades of
Let me guess, that's
12.
AI.
I had a fun fact that was sent to me by
Where'd you
our
get
own
it? ChatGPT?
a good old friend by the name of Jeff Ignacio, who is sitting in the broadcast truck.
Yeah, well, they played Everett in football in 1910.
Yep.
Which would have been 17 years before the school was founded.
Did I get the date incorrect? The game was played after the founding. I think I meant to say... Oh. Kickoff is underway, fielded by number 21 of BC High, who takes it up close to midfield, but brought down at the 45-yard line by number 12, Curvis Joseph. Number 21 of Boston College High School, Kimani Antoner Elston, excuse me.
Yeah, that was, he had a lot of real estate there, and he wide open up the middle, and he had a good head of steam before anyone came close to touching him. 29-yard return out to the Everett 45-yard line. So very good field position for the Eagles here, and we'll see what they try to do. There is a big offensive line that comes out. You got to think they're going to try to establish the run.
Another battle of the trenches in this back-to-back matchup with Catholic Conference foes. At quarterback for BC High, number 13, Liam Polis. First and 10 at the 45-yard line is going to be a counter play to number 8, well covered by number 11, Armani Negron, for a tackle for a loss.
Very good pursuit from the backside by Negron. They sniffed that counter out, loss of 2.
Here we get a replay as a handoff to the running back. Hands it off to number 8, who goes in front of the running back, and then quickly wrapped up by Armani Negron, supported by Nathan Fortune. So it'll be 2nd and 12. Quarterback under center, and it's going to be a handoff off tackle for a gain of a few yards and finally brought down.
Noah Federico got back to the original line of scrimmage and picked up 5, so a gain of 7 sets up 3rd and 5. The ball is right on the E in the middle of the field, the logo.
So a huge statement here. Can the Crimson Tide force a 3-and-out to start off the game, or can BC High continue the drive and keep it alive?
I would think that they may be in 4-down territory here, and we'll see. Barreros is not out there on defense, by the way, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Polis in the shotgun formation, and it's going to be a handoff to his running back. Brought close to the first down marker, but stopped short by a yard. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, they're going to certainly go for this, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that same play.
Federico on the carry, and that's number 59 on the tackle for the Crimson Tide. And Oneto, senior for the Crimson Tide. Quarterback Liam under center in this 4th and 1, and is going to be a handoff directly up the middle. Finds a hole and gets a first down after a pickup of 6 yards. Federico, the ball carrier from BC High.
Yeah, too easy there.
Jeremiah Joseph on the tackle.
You kind of knew that was coming, and I'm sure Everett knew it was coming too, but unable to stop it. They've run that play 3 times. You know, we saw it. You saw it last week when Zavarian, starting in the 2nd quarter, went to the big back, and he was running downhill the rest of the night. This is a big guy here, Federico.
And now we got 2 wide receivers split out wide with a running back in the backfield. He drops back in the pocket. He's going to take off, looking for some yardage. There's a flag thrown on the play, but after he was brought down hard by Wayo Fanidi and number 9, Tyler Frenny.
I think this is going to be a hold against BC High.
And you got the call right, Paul. Confirmed for a holding, and the Eagles are going back.
So it'll put it back at midfield, 10 yards on the hold against BC High. Everett's opponents this year have been penalized 19 times now for 10 times for 85 yards. Everett penalized 18 times for 195 yards.
So now here comes Polis under center for the BC Eagles. Federico still in the backfield. We've got a nice shift by the Eagles, trying to create some confusion up front. And it will be a handoff to Federico. And finally brought down.
Oh, boy. Boy, that is a really bad mistake by Sam Lacombe. He had the tackle, and it's not a late hit. It was a little chatty after the tackle. This is a huge and stupid penalty.
And let's see what the official call will be if it's a personal foul. Sometimes it's a tough call to make, as sometimes defensive tackles, when you're in motion, you're trained to drive those legs. When you finally wrap an opponent, and when the whistle blows, you're already in motion. And sometimes the referees might see that extracurricular.
Don't justify a stupid penalty. Okay, they had him for a decent loss or a few yard gain. Okay, you can't. When the whistle blows, you stop.
Rather you said. play to the whistle, and not more, not less. So it'll still be first down, but it's going to be a 1st and 3.
Second
and 3.
And I don't know how that can be with a 15-yard penalty.
It's going to be a handoff to Federico and brought down by Armani Negron and number 29,
Federico on the carry.
Chance Barreto.
They gave him a 3-yard loss on the play, that's why, and then they moved it back 15.
Also in on the stop.
So it was 18, it was 1st and 2.
First down and 10 for the Eagles.
First set of downs, starting at the Everett 28-yard line.
Where they would have been set up in 2nd and 23 without that penalty.
Pulls in the shotgun formation, receiver in motion, snap, and it's going to be quick tunnel screen to the slot receiver, and quickly swarmed by the Crimson Tide, but not after a gain of 4 or 5 yards.
It looked like that was number 8, Marcus Pinto, I believe.
Pass complete to number 8, Marcus Pinto. In on the tackle.
And here we got a replay, and yes, that is number 8, Marcus Pinto.
Good pursuit there, Aneem, especially by Wael Finidi, whose name we call a lot on defense.
Opposite side defensive end quickly chased the receiver on the other side of the field for that tackle. So now it's going to be 2nd and 6. 2 tight ends in motion to the other side of the formation along with the running back.
Oh.
That's a false start. False start on number 9, senior Andy Lamoureux.
So that helps. We want to keep moving them back. They're right on the edge of the red zone here. That'll be 2nd and 11 from the 28-yard line.
Is that the 3rd penalty on the BC High offense this drive? Or 2nd? There was
2nd. There was 1 on Everett, 2 on BC High.
So 2nd and 11, and Polis is lining up in the shotgun with 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. 2 receivers down in the bottom of the frame, but it's going to be a handoff to Federico, who bounces to the outside and picks up the 1st down.
Boy, Aneem, it looked like they might have had him at the line of scrimmage.
And now the BC Eagles are now officially in the red zone of Crimson Tide territory. Federico was chased out of bounds by Armani Negron.
Yeah, it looked like they had a shot at him at the line of scrimmage, and then once he avoided that original tackle, he had pretty good room around the left end. 1st and 10 at the 12.
Polis under center in an I formation. And it's going to be Federico with the handoff. And finally wrapped up after a gain of a few yards, and then finally brought down by Tyler Freddy and Jeremiah Joseph.
Tackled by number 9.
And now it's going to be 1st and goal for the BC Eagles on their opening drive of the game.
1st and goal for the Eagles at the 6.
Federico remained untouched for the first few yards as BC High offense, the offensive line, is creating good holes for the running backs to run through. BC High lining up. There's 2 in the backfield and 2 wide receivers out wide. It's going to be another handoff straight up the middle to Federico. Met by E.J. Wright, Sam Lacombe, and Tyler Frenny.
Frenny on the tackle.
Federico brings the ball closer to the goal line. BC High going hurry-up offense. Same formation, same play up the middle, and met hard right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal. Good stand by, once again, Tyler Frenny, along with number 66, E.J. Wright. Strongly set up by the Crimson Tide defense, but BC High is going to line up once more with a 3rd and short. Hand up to Federico, has a gap and gets past the goal line for the first score of the game. Touchdown, Federico.
Federico.
So BC High scores on their opening drive of the game, giving them a 6-0 lead as they line up for an extra point attempt. Kicking for the BC High Eagles is number 87, Luke Kelleher. And there's going to be a blown whistle as they had to stop play.
Footballs are flying on the field. I mean,
kids playing out in the open grass, and someone overthrew the receiver. Here's a snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. BC High leads 7-0 after taking out much of the first quarter. With 4 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first quarter, we got to see a look at the Crimson Tide offense, see what they do with the ball in this wet, rainy evening.
Yeah, you know, they bent and bent and bent on defense, and even they hung tough, and they finally broke at the end. But, you know, only one real long run on the play, 16 yards. We'll see the touchdown here by the guy who did almost all of the work. He carried the last 5 times, number 45, Noah Federico. But, you know, again, without the Everett penalty, you're looking at 2nd down and 23 from their own 47, and instead they're at first and two on the Everett 33. So time-consuming drive. You know, you don't want your defense on the field for big chunks like that. So you really hope that the offense can get something established here.
Receiving for the Crimson Tide on this kickoff are Jamari Doolin and Jeremiah Joseph.
Wonder if they'll try to keep it away from Doolin in light of last week's developments.
Here's a kickoff, and it does go deep. It will go straight to Jamari Doolin, who's trying to find the lead block of Jeremiah Joseph. Might find the lane and quickly closed off, brought down by number 30,
Jamari Doolin on the return.
Shay Casey.
Well, BC High said, damn the film, we're going to kick it right to him. And it almost cost him, I'll tell you. He was probably one tackle away here from right there. And if he gets by that guy, 42 was kind of in the play. But Jamari gets in the open field, as you said in the opening, speed personified.
And now offense is lined up on the field with Tyler Frenny in the shotgun formation. We got 4 receivers out. Jamari Doolin in the slot. And it's going to be a handoff to Stephen Thomas, who gets met with contact at the line of scrimmage. There'll be no gain on that play.
And again, no Barreros is a factor. Barreros is the leading scorer with 32 points, the second leading rusher with 7.6 yards per carry, and the second leading kick returner with an 18-yard average.
New formation, Doolin up to the top of the screen with Jeremiah Joseph in the slot, but it's going to be a keep by Tyler Freddy. Finds a lane, finds the end zone, and a huge gain on the play by Tyler Freddy on that option read.
I'll tell you, he might happen to be watching the monitor on that play, and that's the only reason I knew he kept the ball, because it was a tight shot. Excellent fake by Freddy.
Almost had me fooled as well. Earlier you mentioned John Barreros is the second leading rusher, but can the audience take a guess of who the first leading rusher is on the team? Might be this quarterback right here on this replay, and you can see why. Good lane on the outside, off tackle, and good blocking. Here's Tyler Frenny with a handoff to Stephen Thomas to the top of the field on the right side of the formation. Quickly wrapped up by that BC High defense. It will be a gain of just 1 yard.
Thomas only with 9 carries total in the first 3 games for 51 yards. So he's getting his chance in prime time tonight. Let's hope he steps up and does the job.
Stephen Thomas is a junior at Everett High School. And is that Sam Lacombe in the slot, or am I reading that number incorrectly?
It seemed like, it's, yeah. Looked like he was going to go offside, but illegal procedure.
false start, calls the referee.
So they will get pushed back to the 40-yard line.
False start penalty against.
It'll be 2nd and 13. Tyler Friendly receiving the call from returning head coach Robert DiLoretto after that penalty, so we get a new call. So 2nd and 13, we get a tight look by the Crimson Tide. And it's going to be direct snap to Jamari Doolin. Flags go flying, and Doolin gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play.
2 flags get flying on that play.
Let's see what we got here. It's against Everett, but will they decline it? I would say yes.
Here comes the play, and it's going to be a false start call against Everett. Penalty decline.
Against Everett, that penalty.
Yeah, that's a good call because it's going to set up 3rd and 14. So that at that point you take the down, not the yardage.
Play action, and Freddie throws an interception to number 12, Mike Conley.
Pass is intercepted by number 12, Mike Conley.
So an unfortunate sequence of events for the Crimson Tide in this opening quarter for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah. See, I think Adeem Everett is at a point, you'll see Frenny with the ball here, and he's just going to throw it low, and the only guy who had a shot at it was number 12, Mike Conley. Everett's at the point, Adeem, where they want to have it so that they can throw it at their own convenience. You know, if they're in a situation where they have to throw, i.e. 3rd and 14, they're going to struggle at this point, and you saw it there.
First interception of the year by Tyler Frenny, I believe. And more flags are thrown. It's going to be a false start on BC High.
You are correct. It's the first time Everett's been intercepted. Boy, a lot of motion-type penalties in this first quarter.
False start, the story of this first quarter. So it'll be 1st and 15, BC High at their own 29-yard line with 1 minute and 55 seconds left in this first quarter. BC High scored on their opening drive, so now they're holding on to a 1-score lead. Polis in the shotgun. New number in the backfield, but he's rolling right, looking to throw it deep.
Look for the ball.
Looking for number 4. Ball is thrown out of bounds, and it's going to be an incomplete pass as it was uncatchable. Number 29 in coverage.
Chance Barretto, yep. The only concern there, Aneem, was that he looked back for the ball. You know, you don't want to pick up that interference call, but the ball, the throw was out of bounds. It was never going to be complete, so. Because Barretto was pretty much, you could see good coverage, stride for stride, and the ball lands out of bounds, so nothing there. 2nd and 15.
Polis was looking for Drew Vandermeulen. So here's Polis in the shotgun again. 2nd and 15. It's going to be a handoff. Number 6 quickly reverts his field and picks up a short gain, getting back to the original line of scrimmage.
Nathan Fortune, good job on the tackle.
And Elijah Donaldson with the carry.
Or was it?
Correction, number 74.
Yeah, it was Nathan Fortune
on the stop.
So here we're going to look at the handoff. It looks like a design counter. But
you could see Fortune wrapped him up and did a good job, kept him wrapped up.
Donaldson ran right into him on that counter.
Big play here, Aneem, for the Tide. 3rd and 9.
Polis drops back, looking to the sideline. And that was Drew Vandermeulen, who Polis was looking for again. Now BC High will punt.
Coach Sigsbury, the defensive coordinator, dialed up a blitz there. They didn't get to the quarterback, but he got rid of it relatively quickly, and the pass was well awry. So good stop by the Tide. That's just what they needed. As we said, you know, the defense was on the field for a long time on the first drive. So good job there.
2 receivers back deep to receive the punt. Snap is good. good-looking punt, and is going to be
hit a BC High guy.
A BC High player.
So I would think it goes there, right? Yeah. It hit a BC High player at about the Everett 32.
Ball was still live, but it landed safely and rolled in the favor of the Crimson Tide.
Right there, the ball hit number 28, TJ Gannon. And they're lucky it hit him.
It almost rolled into Chance Barreto. So the Crimson Tide taking over at their own 40-yard line.
We are quickly in the last minute of the first quarter.
And the refs were discussing where to spot the ball, but it is in fact where the ball landed after the hit on the BC High player. So it'll be at the 40-yard line where the Crimson Tide will take off for the second drive of their game. Stephen Thomas in the backfield with Tyler Frenny. And it's going to be a sweep keep by Frenny. Big hit by Liam Lee on that defensive lineman. Tyler Frenny picks up a short gain on that play. A gain of 2 yards.
And again, BC High is going to pay attention to that. We saw Frenny take off for the big 22-yard gain on the last series, but they are going to be cognizant of that. BC High wants to put Everett in passing situations.
But here's 4 receivers out, lining up for the Crimson Tide offense. Snap was low, kept by Tyler Frenny. Picks up a good gain, getting close to the first down, but not necessarily there. And it'll be 3rd and short for the Crimson Tide.
Boy, talk about making something out of nothing. Really good job. Frenny bobbled the snap, but then picked it up, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. Picked it up and turned what looked like could be a loss into a 6-yard gain. So we'll start the second quarter at 3rd and 2.
Tackle made by Andy Lamoureux after breaking the tackle of Jake Issa. Correction, I got the name wrong on that first tackle that Tyler Frenny broke. So we're going to flip sides of the field here for the second quarter. And when we do, it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Crimson Tide.
Located at the home side bleachers, closest towards the scoreboard, and you can get some cheeseburgers, hot dogs, fried dough, mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers, churro, and some French fries. Go visit my friend Nick Olson and his crew over at the concession stand.
Big play here, Adeem. 4-down territory, though. They would go for this unless they incur a loss on the play.
From the 48-yard line is going to be a handoff. Actually, it's a keep by Tyler Frenny. Keeps his balance, breaks off a tackle with the stiff arm, and picks up the first down.
Boy, I'll tell you, he is tough. He is really tough. Hit in the backfield, sheds that tackler. You'll see him here. He's hit there. He goes, I would say he picked up at least 3, all 3 that he needed after he was hit the first time. 1st and 10 at the BC High 49.
And this will be a handoff to Stephen Thomas. Quickly met at the line of scrimmage, but pushed forward for a gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9, right past midfield.
They really are scrapping for every yard they're going to get. Last week, 34 rushes to get 126 yards. Similar pattern here, but the idea is to keep grinding it out and keep the sticks moving.
It's going to be a try-option read, but Tyler Frenny is going to be the one who keeps the ball, picks up a favorable gain. bringing 3rd and
Number 2,
3.
Adam Ayub on the tackle.
Adam Ayub with the tackle for the BC Eagles.
Here's Frenny, and you know the read that he wants, Aneem, right? It is technically a triple option, but I think he's thinking of the option of number 9 keeping it first, and he's doing a hell of a job once he keeps it.
I almost fell for it again with the handoff to Stephen Thomas.
Which is really good news. I mean, not for you or me, but good news because if we're having, if you look at the monitor, you have a much better shot.
It's going to be a direct snap to Jamari Doolin. Keeps his balance for a gain of more yards, picking up the first yard.
Really, really good play.
Picked up enough yards for the first down. Right at the marker, so the Crimson Tide is going to get a first set of downs at
you
the
see
BC
Doolin gets
38.
tripped up there, puts his hand to the ground, no problem, keeps those feet moving, picks up 4 first down. Excellent job with the run after contact by Jamari Doolin. It'll be 1st and 10 for Everett at the BC High 38.
Here's Freddie in shotgun. It's going to be a counter to, is that Sam Lacombe? He finds the outside. He has the speed, and he has a first down.
Sam was bumbling, rumbling, and stumbling. Aneem, tough to bring down. Well-executed play. Good play call. Good job execution up front. See the double handoff. They go for Thomas. And big Sam Lacombe gets out in the open field. He's going to be tough to bring down. He carries a tackler about 4 yards. Down to the 25. Give him 13. Nice run, Sam Lacombe.
Is that his first carry of the season?
I will check that, Aneem. We have the technology to figure that out. Sam Lacombe's first carry of the season.
And for a huge gain of a first down, is going to be another read, another keep by Freddie, but BC High had that well covered. Freddie only gains 1 yard on that play.
The good news is number 1, John Barreros, is in the game. So they got 2 there.
2-yard gain on the play. 2nd down.
So 2nd and 8, John Barreros is out on the field. I guess this will be his second snap of the game.
9th play of this drive.
So he is flanking Freddie, and he will receive the handoff, but it is a false start. 5-yard penalty on the Crimson Tide to drive them backwards for a 2nd and 13.
Yeah, and you hate those penalties, and even right when you're in the red zone, or in this case, they're right on the edge of the red zone, the 23. You know, the yards get tougher and tougher to come by at this part of the field, and you hate to move back. The good news is it's only 2nd down, and they have 3 downs to pick up the 13.
So here they go, lining up.
I think if you're thinking of throwing a knee, I'd be inclined to do it here.
And actually, he's going deep for Jeremiah Joseph, but overthrows the receiver. Well covered by number 21, Kamani Antonora Elston.
Joseph, the intended receiver.
Very good coverage there.
3rd down.
And Antonor Elston is another one of many seniors on this BC High varsity roster.
Could you say that name 12 times fast to me?
I'll save it for a later time. 2 receivers on the bottom of the formation, Jeremiah Joseph and Jamari Doolin. John Barreros is still out there. But Freddie's back to pass, looking down the middle for Jamari Doolin. Connection has been made inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Crimson Tide.
Now there is a well-executed play, good blocking, very good route by Doolin, and a good throw put right on the numbers. Here's Freddie, steps up. He does short arm the ball a little bit, but boy, accurate inside the 5. Nice throw, nice catch. Jamari Doolin, their leading receiver, that's his 6th catch of the year.
And Boston College High School is going to take the first timeout of the game as Everett is threatening from inside the 5. First and goal with 7 minutes and 31 seconds left in this first half. Speaking of BC High, I believe one of the defensive linemen for Xaverian in the game they played last week is a Boston College commit.
Yeah, they had some college players there, didn't they?
More than one.
Well, that's no surprise, though. You know, I mean, that's the history of that. They've had the Hasselbecks go through there, and it's a great program. That's why they've won the last 2 Division I Super Bowls.
Here's a pop quiz. Who sends more college players to Boston College, Xaverian High or Boston College High School?
I would say Xaverian. I would think Xaverian.
Now here's Tyler Frenny with a direct snap design run from the 4-yard line. Frenny takes it up to the 1-yard line. Brought down just short of the goal line, so it'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line.
Second down and goal.
Here's a replay as Frenny goes into the chest of that defensive end, number 9, Andy Lamoureux.
And Matt Halloran, no relation on the tackle. Cousin Matt on the tackle.
So here's the Crimson Tide lining up again in the shotgun. Sammy Lacombe, the up back to block. Barris also blocking.
Oh, he got in.
And there it is, the official sign. It's going to be a touchdown for Tyler Frenny.
I mean, it was a really good hit by Adam Ayub from BC High, but he hit him from behind and actually moved him forward. He clearly got in. Hey, that's a hell of a drive by the Crimson Tide. That is 12 plays.
Frenny, a strong player on the Crimson Tide roster, playing both ways, dual threat, running quarterback, and starting linebacker. For this extra point attempt, I think this is the first time we're seeing number 97, Lucas Ferrero, for the Crimson Tide. Junior kicker. Here's the snap and hold by Frenny, and the kick is good. The game is tied at 7 here in the second quarter with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in this first half.
Everett 7, BC High.
Take a look at Frenny here. You'll see number 12, good tackle, but clearly got in. That's a big drive. 12 plays, 60 yards, 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Everett had to really work for it. The big play on 3rd and 13 from the BC High 28. Tyler Frenny connects with Jamari Doolin for a 24-yard gain over the middle, down to the 4. 2 plays later, Frenny gets it in the end zone, and we are tied with 6:45. Oh, it's such a chore to see the scoreboard. 6:45.
Deep down to receive for the BC Eagles is Elijah Donaldson. Kicking off is 97, Lucas Ferrero. But it'll be a short field to number 21 for the BC High Eagles. He keeps his bounds and then finally chased and brought down by, is that number 29? Yes, it is. Chance Barretto.
On the return.
Really good job by Barretto there. Excellent pursuit from behind and gets him down and only gained 4 on that kick return. That's a really good job by Barretto.
The ball was fielded by number 21.
Yeah, Barretto, 29, yes. 21, yes. Yep.
Antonar Elston.
Okay, so time for the defense, Anine. Be good to get a stop here after putting the points on the board.
So we're dead even at 7. Number 8 in motion. It's going to be a toss play to Frederico, and met by Tyler Frenny and then sorted by his fellow defenders after a gain of 5 yards.
Yeah. They're going to have to stop that play. BC High is certainly committed to that play. It's a gain of just over 5, which is a good chunk on first down.
Good look at the front 4. You get to see 3 of the 4. All that defensive line.
Look at big old Jonathan Goes, the D lineman. really good player on the front line of Everett's defense.
From under center is going to be a direct handoff to Federico. Finds a small hole, makes the most out of it, and picks up a first down.
Yeah, he's good after contact too, isn't he?
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Noah Federico, a senior. So it'll be 1st and 10 near midfield. They are still in their own 48-yard line. Polis is lining up in the shotgun. And it's going to be a handoff to number 12, who makes a move. Correction, that's number 2, who makes a move but only picks up 2 yards.
Number 2, Adam Ayuk.
Yeah, they almost had him, Aneem, for a big loss. If we see this replay, he does a stutter step, just a little jab step inside to avoid a tackle. Watch it right there.
Fakes out Tyler Freddy.
Freddy almost had him, and that would have been a big loss. As it is, only a gain of 2, but a big loss would have been nice there.
Brought down by Jeremiah Joseph. Once again, that was Adam Ayuk on that previous carry. 2nd and 8. Polis lines up in the shotgun. Federico in the backfield. Here's a snap, and it's going to be play action. Rolling out to the right, dumps it down short to his tight end, number 14. Fumbles the ball and picked up by Curvins Joseph.
I think they got it back. Let's see. BC they had it, and BC got it back.
It was number 2, Adam Ayub on the recovery after a fumble by Tamil Kundev.
Oh, boy. Play action, they just a little dump off pass, and you will see this ball get put on the ground there, right there by it was right in the midst of Curvins Joseph.
Heads up play by Adam Ayub. So 1st and 10 for Polis in the shotgun. Another play action, looking down the middle. Gets pressured by Wild Fanidi and overthrows Adam Ayub, who appeared to be open. Jeremiah Joseph in coverage.
The intended receiver.
But good pressure by Wild Fanidi to force that overthrow by Polis.
You wonder if the conditions had anything to do with Everett not coming up with that fumble. The ball has to be a little slick in this weather, although the rain has stopped, we're happy to announce. But, boy, that was right in Joseph's mitts, and just couldn't get the handle. But we are at 2nd and 10. BC High has thrown 2 downs in a row for the first time tonight.
Polis under center, and it's going to be a handoff to number 6, who's trying to shimmy his way.
Elijah Donaldson with his first carry.
And picks up 4 yards on that play.
Pardon me, his 2nd carry. He ran for 6 in the first quarter. Well, here you go.
Here it is, Elijah Donaldson tries to make a move. Cut back lane, cut off by, is that Nathan Fortune on that tackle?
Yes, it is. He did a good job picking his way through there. There wasn't a whole lot of room to maneuver. 3rd and 6, big play.
In the shotgun, draws an encroachment by Nathan Fortune. That's going to be a free 5 yards for the BC High Eagles. So now it'll be 3rd and 1.
Against Everett. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, you know what? Aggressive. He's trying to beat the snap there. That's going to happen. See, I have a lot more tolerance for that than I do for a after the whistle personal foul. Fortune's had a big game, too. Having said that, it's a big penalty because they go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1.
Still in the shotgun. We got motion by the tight ends. Donaldson in the backfield, and he's going to receive the first down, and brought down by number 20. Is that number 13? Benson Charmant.
Well, there's a penalty here. Let's see what it is.
It's a sideline warning.
It's a warning.
Sideline warning.
Stay behind that white line.
The result of the play will stand. And that's good for Eagles first.
And the sideline warning goes to the Crimson Tide sideline.
There'll be a penalty next time.
So now here's the BC High Eagles at the Everett 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Polis lining up in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Donaldson, who has a lot of blockers and an open hole, a lot of speed, and brought down short of the goal line.
I think there might be a face mask here. I think this ref is calling it a touchdown. Oh, good news. That's good news.
A sigh of relief for the Everett Crimson Tide as Donaldson was threatening from inside the 1-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty after it was.
He was just, if not in, Naeem, he was like an inch from being in. So this is a big penalty. So we will give him a run to the 15 for 12 yards, move him back 10 in the penalty. It's going to be 1st and 12 from the 25. Pardon me, 1st and 8.
Yes.
So they dodged a bullet there, the Tide. And all of a sudden, I mean, we are under 2 minutes to go here in the half.
First down and 7 for the Eagles.
BC High, 2 timeouts remaining.
And it's going to be a handoff to Donaldson, quick off the line of scrimmage, and picks up a few yards to be only 1 yard short of that first down marker.
Good job by Sam Lacombe. Grabbed him from behind, was not letting go.
Donaldson has a lot of acceleration, threatening with a speedy touchdown every time he touches the ball. So it'll be 2nd and 1. Here's a replay as Ponix is going to hand it off to Donaldson. You see the explosion of speed after he receives the handoff and then brought down by 3 Crimson Tide defenders. 2nd and short. Donaldson receives the handoff again to the far side of the formation, brought down by number 20, Vladimir Fedna.
I think that was, is that 20? Okay. Donaldson has become the workhorse here.
Another Eagles first down.
Is that right at the 10?
1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line.
Clock continues to run. And I believe I did get that jersey number wrong. It's actually number 28.
I thought it was different, yeah.
I think we got a timeout call by the Crimson Tide.
That's a freshman, Abraham Pierre, if it was 28. Timeout taken by, I missed that. Was that BC?
Everett.
Interesting, okay.
It's 1st and goal for the BC High Eagles, starting from the Everett 10-yard line. And here's a good look at the Everett Crimson Tide marching band. Always creating a lively environment here at Everett Veterans Memorial Stadium. Paul, earlier you mentioned the rain has dropped, but earlier you took a walk on the field. How would you describe the condition of the field?
Well, you know, it's interesting. First of all, the field itself was amazing. You know, the turf is great. But when you walked on the Everett sideline, it was very, loose and squishy. You know what I mean? It was like there was a lot of water under the turf. So that's going to have to be addressed. But the field itself, where the play is being held, was in terrific shape.
So now here's Polis in 1st and 10 on the center.
Nice job.
Dawson tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
Wael Fanidi was in there, and Abraham again.
But BC High is going hurry-up offense. They line up right on the ball after that whistle. Polis now in the shotgun. Donaldson flanking him. And it's going to be a flag or a timeout. Ooh, offsides on the Crimson Tide.
The Crimson Tide offsides.
That would bring the ball to the 5-yard line for the BC High Eagles. 4-yard line. So second and goal, Polis under center, with Donaldson in the backfield. Referee slowing down play here. And game's back on.
But the clock will not start because that was a defensive penalty.
Polis with the snap. It's going to be handed to Donaldson, looking for a cutback lane, but nowhere to go as he runs into Nathan Fortune and Wyatt Finidi.
Yeah, BC High is going to take a timeout here, I think, which makes a lot of sense. No gain on that play.
Third and goal after this timeout. Here's a replay as we see Tyler Freddy with the backside chase. North and Fortune cutting off that cutback look. And then Wyatt Finidi left unblocked for a clean tackle on Donaldson. So ball spotted at the 4-yard line for the BC High Eagles.
Well, see if the Tide, they are certainly in field goal range, by the way, if they so choose. They'll probably keep that last time out in their pocket for that. Actually, if they don't score in this play, it'll be 4th and goal, and he'll have a decision to make. I would think if the ball line of scrimmage is out where it is now, he would take the 3 points, but Everett's got to come up with a stop here. This is really a big sequence in this game as we're in the last, you can see the clock in
27 seconds.
27 seconds. Careful of play action here.
One receiver lined up for the BC High Eagles, but it's going to be a handoff to Federico. Tries to push forward and gets in for the score. Touchdown, BC High.
Very interesting. We saw him on the first 2 plays of this drive. I don't know if he got hurt or what. He carried twice for 18 yards. And then number 6, Donaldson took over. But they brought Federico back when they needed the tough yards, and he forced his way into the end zone.
So now here's Luke Kelleher for the extra point attempt. Here's a snap, and the kick is good. BC High up 14-7, and we have 19 seconds left remaining in this first half.
So BC High answers Everett's 12-play drive with a 13-play drive. They cover 70 yards. And they take 6:15 off the clock. So back-to-back long drives. Everett, 12 plays, 60 yards, 6:09. BC High, 13 plays, 70 yards, 6:15. If they kick this deep, they are crazy.
Back down deep is Jeremiah Joseph and the electrifying Jamari Doolin. Here's the kick, and it will go deep to Jeremiah Joseph. He's going to toss it off to Jamari Doolin. Blocks, leads for Jamari. And Jamari takes the ball to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, no harm done, but I'll tell you, I don't understand the logic. We have a flag on the play.
On the far side of the field.
We have BC High's coach on the field.
It's going to be a block on the back against Everett.
All right, so this is a kneel down and, out of here. So the penalty was at the 17. They'll bring it back to about the 8.5.
BC High definitely dominating the time of possession, but this first half is definitely defined by a lot of penalties on both teams. Ball 12 will be spotted at the 9-yard line, and the Crimson Tide is going to line up for what looks like is going to be a kneel down. And there it is, the final play of the first half. Both teams are going to the locker room. It's going to be BC High with a 14-7 lead. Paul, any thoughts you'd like to share before we take a halftime break?
Well, I think that's a tough, Everett's defense, as we say, they're bending and bending and bending. BC High has had 2 long drives, but Everett was able to answer. Everett's had 1 long drive to BC High's 2. Everett will get the ball to start the second half, and they're going to have to put together another one. So, we expected this to be a close, competitive game, and we're getting exactly what we bargained for.
And with that, we here at the broadcast booth will also take a break, so we'll see you in the second half. Welcome back to the broadcast of this matchup between the Everett Crimson Tide and the BC High Eagles, where the Crimson Tide is going to start us the second half while trailing 14-7 to the visiting Eagles. My name is Adim Osmani, and joining me is Paul Holleran. With 20 seconds left in this halftime break, Paul, would you be able to give a quick rundown of how that first half went?
Yeah, BC High, 112 yards rushing, 14 passing for 126. Everett, 65 rushing, 24 passing on one play for 89. For Everett, Dylan Frenny, the story, 9 carries, 43 yards and a touchdown. Also completed 1 out of 3 passes for 24 yards with 1 interception.
And we are seconds away from the opening kickoff for the second half as we are switching sides of the field, it seems. But as I was going to say, in a historic matchup that dates up back to 1910 and the series is tied 10-10, we're in for an exciting matchup as the Crimson Tide is going to start off this game on offense while trailing 14-7. Looking to equalize the score, Jeremiah Joseph and Jamari Doolin in the backfield. Kicking off for the BC High Eagles, number 94, Roden Griffin. Whistle blows, kicker runs up, puts it in play, goes deep, and will find Jeremiah Joseph, who will run it out. Jamari Doolin, lead blocker. Jeremiah Joseph looking for the sideline and then brought down at the 30-yard line.
Good return by Joseph, gets up just around the 30, maybe a little shy.
Brought down by Jamari Jules of the Eagles. So the ball is spotted at the 29-yard line. Stephen Thomas is in the backfield with Tyler Frenny for this first snap of this third quarter. And it's going to be a sweep read option for Frenny, and he's going to be the one who keeps the ball and take it up 4 yards for a 2nd and 6. Number 11, Matt Halloran on the tackle.
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down.
So Frenny does it again, calls his own number again, picks up 5. Averaged just under 5 a carry in the first half.
And here's another keep by Tyler Frenny, brought down hard by number 52, Kyle Hoderick. Now make it 3rd and 4.
Short gain on the play. 3rd down and 3.
So once again, the try option look. Tyler Frenny called his own number, but BC High was not fooled on top of that play. 4 receivers on the field as Tyler Frenny takes a snap from the shotgun, looking downfield. Ball is hit from behind, but forward motion gives the Everett Crimson Tide an incomplete pass call by the referee.
Pass is incomplete. Broken up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it ended up in, you'll watch this, I think it ends up in the hands of one of the linemen, but after it's incomplete. Let's take a look.
Great start for the Eagles.
Deflected at the line of scrimmage. Well, I mean, he's not an eligible receiver, but the ball did not hit the ground.
Jamari Doolin with the punt.
That ball was touched by BC High.
Everett has to pick it up.
That's Everett football.
They finally did after an assist from the sideline.
See if they may have to get together on this. No replay. That was touched by BC High, I think.
The bench was calling out on the field to get on the ball, eventually fielded by Everett, but we still don't know if the referee is going to blow it a touch by BC High. Looks like the ref is having a conversation with Rob DiLoretto.
Looks like Everett did they have an illegal man downfield? In any event, BC High is coming up a good field. Let's take a look at this. Oh, we just missed it. Go back, go back, go back. Keep going right there.
Might have hit the feet.
Might have hit his foot.
Aiden Watkins.
First down and 10 for the Eagles.
Might have missed as well.
47 yards.
But after forcing a 3 and now on defense, BC High Eagles is now on offense with Polis in the shotgun. And it's going to be handoff to Elijah Donaldson. Patient running, but gets nowhere after a gain of 5 yards. The second effort gives him extra yardage. Wild Finidi
Well,
on
it was
the
a
tackle.
two-headed monster for BC High running the ball, a name in the first half. Noah Federico, 13 carries, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Elijah Donaldson, 8 carries for 42 yards. They had 21 of BC's 23 rushes.
And you can see how slippery Elijah Donaldson really is as a running back as he's out there again behind Polis. Receives a handoff. Gets a hold by the offensive line. Springs off a tackle. And picks up even more yards after contact for a strong gain. Taking the BC High offense to the Everett 28-yard line.
Yeah, this is a big swing here. You know, if you're Everett, you're hoping to come out and establish something, maybe tie the game on the first drive. Instead, they go 3 and out, and BC High is now all of a sudden in the red zone, looking to go up 2 touchdowns, which would be formidable.
BC High lining up in the shotgun with 2 receivers on the opposite sides of the frame. Polis taking the shotgun snap, hands it off to Elijah Donaldson. Finds a hole again on the outside and brought down by Jeremiah Joseph after a gain of...
But Donaldson holds that ball
2
high.
yards.
If you take a look at this replay, he's got his left arm under his left arm, up around his shoulder pad. Watch how high he's holding the football in him. Right there, see it? See how, now he tucks it down, but when he started out, it was really up high. Down to the 26. So there was
a gain of 3. Yep, a gain of 3. Here's Polis in the shotgun once again. Looking to his left, finds Ayub, and quickly brought down and swarmed by the Crimson Tide defense. Short pass for a short gain to Adam Ayub. Tackle by the covering defender, Chance Barretto. And there's Johnny Goes getting into the frame. Isn't he playing defensive tackle? And look at him making a play out on the sideline.
He covered some ground, you're right. 3rd and 3 at the 22.
Polis receives a handoff right up the middle, finds a slight hole off the tackle.
Donaldson is going to be close. I think he's short by about a half a yard.
Just shy of the first
so it might be a 4th and a foot here.
So here's an opportunity for the Tide defense, boy.
Ball in. Spotted at the 20-yard line. We got Jeremiah Joseph.
I think you got to sell out here, Radim. Sell out for this run.
4th and 1. Polis is lining up in the shotgun here. Crimson Tide defense playing close up to the box, and that's going to be a penalty.
If that's against BC High, that's a big play. 4th and 1 to 4th and 6.
And a timeout was called by BC High right before that flag was thrown. So saved by a timeout. It'll still be 4th and 1. Tough position that the defense is going to be in from now. Just want to clarify a little fun fact I shared in the beginning. BC High was established in 18 1963 and separated from Boston College proper in 1927. So when the two teams first met in 1910, that was when BC High was a part of Boston College, now an independent school serving grades 7 through 12, current enrollment rate at 1,400 students. On the other hand, for a little fun historical fact, Everett High School was the first original Everett High School was constructed in 1892, shortly after it became classified as a city. It was established as a town in 1870 after separating from Malden. But back to the game, BC High lining up in the I formation. Federico is back in the backfield, and he does receive the handoff and still refuses to go down. The extra effort gets him past that first down marker.
Yeah, that's it. They had him stood up in him, but as you said, the extra effort. And he's tough to bring down for sure. Picked up 2, only needed 1.
So now officially in the red zone, ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Now in the red zone. But you mentioned it, Paul, he was met immediately at the line of scrimmage, but stayed upright, got an extra push from his fellow teammates to give him the extra yard for the first down. Donaldson checks back into the game, lining up in the backfield as Polis is under center. And it's going to be Donaldson, finds a small hole and gets a gain of 8 yards. Good patient running and great elusive ability by Donaldson.
You are right, and again, a small seam that he finds his way through and picks up big yardage. 2nd and 2 at the 10.
That was Nathan Fortune in the tackle as he heads back to the sideline to take correction. That was not Nathan Fortune. That was Kamari Washam on the tackle, going back to the sideline. So 2nd and 2 here. 1 receiver for the BC High Eagles out in the field. Donaldson in the backfield. Here's Polis under center. Going to be a handoff to Donaldson, who has an empty lane into the end zone for his first touchdown of the game. BC High's 3rd score. Extended the lead 27 here in the 3rd quarter with 5 minutes and 47 seconds left.
8 plays, 54 yards. They took 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So that one hurts. Now you put yourself, I mean, it's still, the good news is there's a lot of time. Still halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Lining up for the extra point here. And if it's good, as it is, that'll put BC High up by 2 touchdowns.
And with 5:47 remaining,
extra point made by Luke Keller.
21, Everett 7.
So a good start to the 3rd quarter for the BC High Eagles as we get a look of Donaldson's empty lane into the end zone. Great angle by our wireless camera down there. Donaldson running right by him into the end zone.
Yeah, that looked like a touchdown and aim from the minute the ball got in his hands. Tell you, BC High's been kicking it deep. A long return would really be a welcome.
Whistle blown by the referees here. Were they not ready? And it's going to be timeout on Everett.
Yeah, I think they had too many guys on the field, and they were hustling someone off, and they don't want to pick up a penalty. But unfortunately, that's a timeout you don't want to waste on a kickoff. But it looked to be like a player was hustling to get off the field, and maybe wasn't going to get there in time. As I was saying, though, it would be good to see that Everett kick return game swing into high gear. That's the type of play they really need in this game.
In the backfield for the Crimson Tide to receive this kickoff are Jeremiah Joseph and Jamari Doolin. Kicking off is BC High's 2nd kicker, Ronan Griffin. And so here's Griffin with the long boot. It's going to be past and over Jeremiah Joseph into the end zone for a touchback.
And the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchdown.
So the Everett Crimson Tide will get back on offense
First down and 10.
at the 20-yard line.
Well, plenty of time. The good news, plenty of time. The offense does have to get something going here, though. They've had sustained drives, but last time they were 3 and out, which really hurt on that opening drive of the third quarter.
So here's Frenny with 2 people in the backfield to both sides of him. It looks like Sam Lacombe is going to be a leading block for Stephen Thomas. Tries to go off tackle, but good defensive stand by that BC High front line.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. You know, that the straight off tackle is, I don't think is going to do it because, as we say, BC High is certainly ready for the run. They're good up they're good up front at the point of attack.
Matt Holleran on that stop for the BC High Eagles. Share last name. So 2nd and 10. Stephen Thomas in the backfield. Here's Freddie trying to do it with his legs, but brought down from behind by number 3, Liam Lee.
Yeah, Freddie was betwixt the between there, Adeem. He didn't immediately decide to run. He was still looking to pass. He was still behind the line of scrimmage and apparently didn't have anyone open, and then just the play kind of closed down on him.
So it'll be 3rd and 8 for this second offensive drive of the Crimson Tide.
It's funny. He still was not totally committed to the run, but then once he tucked it, there was too many Eagles around him.
Good pursuit by Liam Lee coming in from behind. Now 3rd and 8. We have 4 receivers out in the field. Stephen Thomas to the right of Freddie. Here's a snap. Looking downfield to his left. And overthrows Curvins Joseph. So it'll be an incomplete pass and a 4th down. So that's 2 straight 3-and-out drives by the Crimson Tide. Good defense by the BC High Eagles. And it'll be Jamari Dooland deep back to punt it off. In the backfield, to receive for the BC High Eagles are Elijah Donaldson and Jake Issa. Here's a good punt as BC High lets it hit the turf, and it gets bounced back to the BC High 39-yard line.
Nice punt by Dooland, 39 yards.
Jamari Dooland's punt will be down at the 39.
Well, you're kind of in a must-stop situation now.
First down and 10.
That's big on Mark Doolan to step up and do that. There a lot of pressure on that. If he gives another short one and BC High takes a short field, that really puts you back against the wall. But to give this defense a little bit of room to stand there around, that's huge.
So once again, BC High is taking over at their own 39-yard line, leading 21-7. It is going to be senior at quarterback Liam Polis, who's going to be lining up at the shotgun.
Yeah, they're just going to keep handing it off, you would think, although they do have 2 receivers split out to the right.
Federico in the backfield for this drive, it seems. Polis rolling right. Has a short man once again at an even bigger lane. Picks up the first down and brought down by Armani Negrod and Tyler Frenny.
Well, so much for that.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
That's Tamil.
20 yards.
Tamil Cundiff on the reception. So we've definitely seen this play before, but this play, the first time Cundiff fumbled and Adam Ayub had the recovery.
Yes, correct.
But this time Cundiff was wide open.
So BC High going for the jugular here. Not looking to just... Nope.
Federico bumps into Polis, but bounces out to the outside and finds enough yards for a positive gain. on a play that started out as...
Well, Federico's happy to bounce off his own player or an Everett player.
A gain of 6 yards. Federico is going back to the sideline as Elijah Donaldson checks back in for the BC High Eagles. It'll be 2nd and 4. Or is that 2nd and 3?
It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 34, Renee.
Thank you for the assist.
As we are under 3 minutes to go in what has turned out to be a pretty fast-moving third quarter.
BC High dominating the time of possession. We have a receiver in motion. Hollis is going to hand it off to Donaldson. Good patient running and acceleration into the open. But we have a wall of Crimson Tide defenders waiting for that tackle. Helmet comes off, so Donaldson's going to have to go out to the sideline for one play.
But he picks up the first down. Donaldson is really, really good about picking his spots and where to run with the ball. He has great vision as a running back.
So Federico is coming back in. Polis is still in the sideline receiving the call, and here he is coming into the huddle. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Two receivers in the formation. Here's Polis lining up with Federico in the shotgun formation. Is going to be a handoff to Federico. Gets met by Sam Lacombe and Armani Negron.
Nice job by Sam. Sims had a good game on defense. Had him wrapped up, didn't let go. Negron came in to help. Gain of 4.
Lacombe on the tackle.
2nd and 6.
Armani Negron. 2nd down and 6.
BC High definitely slowing down tempo as they go into the huddle at the end of each play, as they're holding on to a 2-score lead. Federico still in the game. Polis now switches to going under center, and it'll be a handoff to Federico. Gets tripped up after picking up a first down.
Boy, nothing fancy, but good execution. Gotta hand it to BC High's offensive line. And to Federico, who runs tough.
The offensive line providing a lot of good looks, as we see here. You got 2 people pulling. Has enough of a hole for Federico to run through, and if he doesn't get tripped up from underneath, that could have been a disastrous game for the Crimson Tide. But Federico does check back out, and checking back in is Elijah Donaldson in the backfield. And we are inside 40 seconds left here in this third quarter, with the clock continuing to run. Polis lining up in a pistol formation. It's going to be a handoff to none other than Donaldson. Has nowhere to go and gets wrapped up by number 69.
Wrapped up by number 59.
59.
Eno Neto. Nice play, Eno.
And that was, in fact, number 59. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. BC High still leading 21-7. And when we start this fourth quarter, it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, the Tide have an uphill battle here as we head into the fourth quarter. Down by 2 scores. BC High knocking on the door again. Obviously, another touchdown would end it, in effect. It would be great for the Tide to keep them out of the end zone here. It's turned into a beautiful night for football with a nice breeze after the heavy rains all day.
And although we might not see the night sky, we do see some of the clouds clearing out. And it is an unusual Thursday night football game.
Thursday Night Football, not on Amazon Prime.
That is right here on EHS TV 15. So the BC High Eagles are in the red zone, Everett territory.
And hopefully they put it back as they got it. Like, tell them right as you got it.
We're going to start this quarter in a 2nd and 11 situation.
Yeah, need a stop here.
It'll be Federico checking back into the game as he will line up behind Polis, who is under center. So from under center is going to be a fake toss counter to number 8. First time his number has been called for a carry. Gets close to the first down marker. Number 8, that's Andy Lamoureux.
Marcus Pinto carried once in the first half, I think, for -2. Got much more there. He gets down to about the 12, it looks like.
3rd down is 1.
No, he gets to the 10.
So I did get the jersey number incorrect. That is number 8. And it's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 10-yard line. So Federico is off for this play. Elijah Donaldson in the backfield. Paul is under center. It's going to be handoff to Donaldson. Finds a hole, but quickly wrapped up by Sam Lacombe. That might be a face mask, and that would guarantee a first down for the BC High Eagles.
Yeah, set it up at the 5-yard line. It'll be a half the distance penalty. Unintentional, but just had a handful of face masks. Personal foul. Doesn't really matter. It was going to be either 5 yards to the 5 or half the distance to the 5.
In the end, there's a fresh set of downs for the BC High Eagles as the ball is spotted at the 5-yard line. Here's a look at that penalty.
Right there. I think Sam Lacombe had a handle on the face mask. I don't think it was intentional. I would have ruled it a 5-yarder, but in any event, it's a first down either way.
Donaldson was met at the line of scrimmage. But here's BC High with a 1st and 10.
Rob DiLoretto is seeking an explanation here.
The flag gives them the first down. Now, as I mentioned, they'll look to kind of see.
Has that flag not been picked up from the field, or is that a new flag that just got thrown out there?
I would suspect it's the same flag, Aneem. But Rob accepts the explanation.
It was from the head referee, so he can go pick up his flag. Elijah Donaldson.
Clock will run.
Is in the backfield for the BC High Eagles. Post under center. We have 2 receivers lined out wide. But it's going to be a handoff to Donaldson. Slithers his way for a gain of only 1 yard line. So Jamari Doolin on the tackle on Donaldson. Had to hold my breath there as he knows how to put on the acceleration and stop on a dime. So good coverage by Jamari Doolin. It'll be 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. Polis lining up in the shotgun. Receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff going directly up the middle to Elijah Donaldson, but met by that Everett defensive line.
Hey, Everett's hanging tough, boy. They are playing hard and they're playing tough. They're making BC High earn it, but BC High is earning it yard by yard.
Looks like it was Nathan Fortune and EJ right on that combined effort to stop Donaldson before he reaches the goal line. It's 3rd and goal, ball at the 1-yard line. But now checking back into the game is Federico. Under center, here's going to be a direct handoff to Federico and gets into the end zone. Here's a hat trick. Hats off to you, Noah Federico. 9:26 left in the fourth quarter. BC High is lining up for the extra point attempt, and if it's good, it's going to put them up by 28-7. So on the extra point is Luke Kellner, and gets it through the goalposts. 28-7.
Well, another long drive, Aneem. That's been the theme tonight. That one, 10 plays, 61 yards, 6 minutes, 35 seconds.
And you mentioned it, they're fighting it yard by yard with the two-headed monsters in the backfield, Noah Federico and Elijah Donaldson, each with a distinct style of play. Elijah Donaldson, very elusive. Federico, a strong and powerful running back in the backfield, and causing all sorts of problems for that Crimson Tide defense. And of course, that run game supported by the offensive line.
Federico, 18 carries, 92 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Jeremiah Joseph and Jamari Doolin in the backfield to receive this kickoff by Ronan Griffin. So here's a kickoff, and it does go deep into the middle, fielded by Jamari Doolin, working his way to the sideline, and there's nothing there, gets chased out of bounds, and the ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, you got to give it to BC High, boy. They have not been afraid to kick deep, and their kick coverage has been outstanding.
On the coverage for that fourth play out of bounds was Kamani and Tenor Elston.
So, long way to go here for the Tide. 3 scores down, only 9:19 left, and they have completed only 1 pass tonight.
So here's Tyler Freddy in the shotgun. 3 receivers lined out wide. Here's Jamari Doolin in motion. Is going to be hand up to Jamari Doolin on a sweep play to the sideline. Has a sideline. Can he take it on the field? Yes, he can. He's going to cut it back. And 1 play, and he brings it down to inside the 10-yard line. But a flag has been thrown here at the end of that play. Flag thrown at the BC High 20-yard line, but that was a touchdown-saving tackle made by the BC High defense.
And boy, did he covered a lot of ground, and he ran to the left, and then when someone had the angle on him, he cut back in. He's not going to get the full credit because there's a penalty at the 20. Take a look at Doolin. Nothing fancy here. Student body left. And you can see right here, he's getting around the corner. And now you will see he is right there. He's going to cut back to the middle. And now he's trying to run away. And he just gets caught inside the 10. Unfortunately, there was a penalty at, I think,
at the 20-yard line. They called the penalty illegal block on Jeremiah Joseph. So fortunately for the Crimson Tide, they still pick up the first down. But instead of a gain of 70, the ball will be spotted at the BC High 35-yard line. There's that call on Jeremiah Joseph. Looked to be a hard hit on Antonio Elston. So in the shotgun, Tyler Freddy with the option keep for a gain of 2 yards. Number 9, Andy Lamoureux on the tackle. So I believe the call was a blindside hit, maybe?
Was it 15 yards?
At this stage of the game, you probably have to rely on Freddie's arm if you're going to try and get back.
I think it was 15 yards.
I believe so, yes, because if the penalty had not been counted, the ball would have been spotted at the 10-yard line. Here's Jamari Doolin on the sweep to the other side now of the field. Gets some blocking and gets some yardage as well. The helmet of Nathan Fortune comes out, so he's going to have to sit out for 1 play. Well, it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Doolin got away from the first tackler, but BC High had more white shirts out there than there were red shirts to block him. And he is going to gain only 3.
And it looks like there's an injured player on the far side of the field for BC High, so we're going to take a medical timeout here by the referees. And it looks like it might have been a slight cramp. Number 52 for the BC High Eagles walks off the field on his own accord. So now it's 3rd and 5 for the Crimson Tide. 8 minutes and 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Trailing 28-7. Had a huge play by Jamari Doolin. And now here's Tyler Freddy, flanked by Stephen Thomas in the backfield, lining up in the shotgun. And it's going to be a counter play to his big man Sam Lacombe again, and picks up the first down.
Really good run by Sam.
That's good for a Crimson.
Needed 5 yards, picked up 6. Here it is, a handoff to Stephen Thomas, who then hands it off to Sam Lacombe. Gets met by number 12 and then gets taken for a ride.
I would say their execution, though, has been pretty good on that play. It's a double handoff. It requires precise execution, and it's been pretty good.
Here's another motion by Doolin, but it's going to be Tyler Frenny with the keep. Gets met right up in the middle after a gain of 4 yards.
Freddy, the ball carrier.
Doolin got decked by Matt Holleran. Freddy's going to have to sit out for a play as his helmet came off on that previous play. Here's the replay. Gets met by Frederico. Gets swarmed, and then the helmet comes off at the end.
Well, with if they called the timeout, he will not have to sit out.
Didn't see who the timeout was called out on, but it is a timeout. So 2nd and 6 for the Crimson Tide.
So with the exception of Doolin's long run, I think the story, is Everett just has not been able to generate enough big plays. They're really clawing and scratching and fighting for everything, to their credit. But, at some point you need some big plays to stretch things out. They got it from Doolin, 55-yard run that they gave back 15 in the penalty, but they will need to find some big play offense down the stretch here.
Looks like a wildcat formation. Tyler Frenny sitting out. Jamari Doolin is going to call the snap. Takes a snap. Tries to find something. Slithers out the original wave of Eagles, but then quickly brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, that's about as good a 1 yard loss as you're ever going to see by Doolin. He had nowhere to go, and he got himself out of trouble a few times, but the pursuit got to him.
Interesting formation, but Tyler Frenny's back out on the field. Sam Lacombe lining up in the slot position. Stephen Thomas in the backfield with Tyler Frenny. It's going to be a handoff to Stephen Thomas and quickly met at the line of scrimmage by number 9, Andy Lamoureux. A gain of
Lamoureux on the tackle.
Is that a 1 yard gain as it's a 4th and 5th situation? 4th down territory.
4th down.
Clock continues to run. And, yep, it was a 1 yard gain, 4th and 4. The offense stays out on the field. Here's Tyler Frenny with the call. Here's a reverse handoff to Jamari Doolin. Guesses, waits for the block to develop by Stephen Thomas and picked up the first down. So good 4th down conversion and good execution.
Yeah, well executed play. He's going to get right to the 10. He'll pick up 9. You'll see the high toss by Frenny. Misdirection going the other way.
Good block by Stephen Thomas. So 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
Should be a good down to throw.
Tyler Frey on the carry.
So Tyler Frey with the short gain.
On the tackle.
Quick snap after lining up. It looked like there was a lot of movement right before that snap. But now we are inside the 5-minute mark here in this game.
2nd down and goal at the 9-yard line.
So inside the 10, ball spotted at the 9-yard line. Here's Tyler Frey with a keeper and gets met by number 12, Mike Conley.
The ball carrier.
So it'll be a pickup of only 1 yard.
Conley in on the stop.
So back-to-back defensive play by Mike Conley.
2-yard gain on the play. 3rd and goal.
Thomas got tackled as well on that play. They went for that fake. 3rd and goal from the 6.
2 receivers on the field. Jeremiah Joseph to the top of the screen. Sam Lacombe in the slot. And it's going to be a timeout from BC High.
Timeout, BC High.
Well, Everett trying to get a score to make the score look a little more respectable. You know, as he said it, this drive started, of course, with the big run by Doolin, 55 yards, and then there was a 15-yard penalty. The plays after that, 2 yards, 3, 6, 3, -1, 3, 9, 1, and 3. It's just they are having a fight for everything.
And as you mentioned, outside of that run, Everett really needs to capitalize on some big yard plays, but unable to do so as most of those plays were for under 10 yards on this drive. It is 3rd and goal. Ball spotted at the 8-yard line. As it appears from our angle. Jamari Doolin in motion is going to be a design keeper for Freddie, but a flag has been thrown before that ball was snapped, and it's going to be a false start on Everett.
False start against Everett.
So now moving backwards.
Yeah, push it outside the 10, be just right around the 11.
Still 4th down territory, so you still have 2 tries here to get into the end zone. So here's Tyler Frey with 3 receivers on the field. Jamari Doolin in the slot. Is going to be a low pass trying to look for Jeremiah Joseph on the top of that screen. But it looked like the ball was batted down by a BC High player. So that would bring up a 4th and goal.
Yep, 4th and goal from the 11. 3:50 to go here. Yeah, you're right. It didn't even look like someone got a hand on it, but which was not hard to do. It was a very low pass, barely above the shoulder pads.
So 4th and 12 at the 12-yard line. The clock is stopped at 3 minutes and 32 seconds. 2 receivers to the bottom of the formation. Now Armani Negron splits out. Freddie for the end zone, looking for Doolin, and gets overthrown. Tries to hit him in stride. But the BC High Eagles will take it over at the 12-yard line on a turnover on downs.
Well, BC High will now probably just have to run it 4 or 5 times. And, you know, we said at the open, and the BC High's 0-2 record was extremely deceiving with losses to LaSalle of Rhode Island and Central Catholic. Everett's got some work to do. Traveling to Taunton next week. Taunton is 2-1. They routed New Bedford 50-7. They beat Durfee 29-7, and they lost to North Attleboro 17-14. And I'm not sure what they have this year, but I will tell you that North Attleboro over the last 20 years has been one of the top programs in the state. So Taunton might be okay.
Taunton High School is the 5th largest high school in Massachusetts by population. But Elijah Donaldson picks up a first down and tackled by Jeremiah Joseph.
First down, Eagles.
And Everett's no stranger to Taunton, as they traveled to Taunton before during a playoff match. I believe that was 2 years ago. So after that first down pickup, the clock will continue to run. Donaldson hits to the sideline. Federico in the backfield now. Polis under center, and it's going to be a handoff off tackle to Federico. Quickly met at the line of scrimmage and brought down for a gain of no yards.
Donaldson, 19 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Federico is close to 100 yards. So anytime you have two guys rush for 100 yards, you're doing the job up front, and both runners of Federico more of a power runner, Donaldson more of an elusive runner, but they get the job done.
And it's definitely a physical game with both teams heavily favoring their run and their play calling. Federico in the backfield, receiving the handoff, going up the middle and brought down after being met by Jeremiah Joseph.
Yes, Jeremiah Joseph, good job on that tackle.
Joseph in on the stop, along with Lyle Fanidi.
So it'll be
3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
Third down.
More importantly, they're just looking for keep the clock moving. Federico is up to 96 yards. Donaldson has 109.
Meets the chest of Jeremiah Joseph there in that replay. But the BC High offense definitely taking their time to line up on the ball. Breaks the huddle as we are inside 1 minute of the game. Everett with 2 timeouts, BC High with 1. Here's a handoff to Federico. And at first down, will Joseph Bott do it? Ball is loose, still loose. And finally picked up by Everett, but whistle has blown. We don't know at what point.
Was he down is the question.
And it looks like
I think they're calling him down.
They called him down. That was the first down, and that might as well be the game.
They may not have to snap it again. So Federico and Donaldson both have 109 yards. He was not close to being down, by the way.
Nope,
not that it really matters. Not even close.
That ball came flying out as he was held upright on that tackle. Clear recovery by Everett.
As I said, it means nothing here, but it was not difficult. He was not close to being down.
So that was the final play of this game. Final score being 28-7. Everett will fall to 2-2, and BC High picks up their first win of the season against a tough Everett public school team. Paul, any last thoughts you'd like to share before we close it out?
Again, this was a big game. This is a good team, though. Xaverian's a great team. This is a very solid team. We're not sure what we're going to see with Taunton, but at some point Everett is going to have to step up and play a really good game against someone that is not a member of the GBL. They'll have another opportunity to do that next week.
So with the final score 28-7, that'll do it for us here in the booths. For the entire TV crew, I was joined by Paul Holleran. I'm Animo Smadi. We thank you for watching, and we hope that you tune in next week as Everett hits the road to Taunton.